I'm going to provide a demonstration of the automatic migration capabilities within our Boomi DevOps utilities. First, I'll sign in with my Boomi credentials. And then I'm going to jump over to the Migrate to Boomi tab. In this case, I could choose which product I want to migrate from. First, we'll start with Altova Mapforce. Mapforce is actually a mapping tool that's built into many EDI legacy products. So first, I'm going to go ahead and choose a file. In this case, we have an MFD file. This is the artifact for Mapforce mapping definitions. And we'll go ahead and open that. Next, once this button's enabled, which means the import is complete, we'll go ahead and press in order to implement the migration. So now as the migration runs, it's going to go ahead and build Boomi components. And the primary thing we're building here is the map, because EDI is mostly about mapping. And once it's complete, you'll see we generated lots of different things, including map functions, as well as the process itself and the map. So by default, we first generate a test harness for testing the map, where we can go ahead and get expected values from production, and we can also then inject mock data to make sure that we actually get that expected value. When you do a migration, you do have the luxury of having tons of test data to use for test-driven development, because you actually have files going in and out of your existing legacy processes. So if we go in here, you'll actually see the map itself. We also generated a lot of map functions, including more complex map functions if we drill in. And you'll see we actually generated map functions with all the connections and everything. So I'm going to go back here and actually run the process. And this will actually run the test harness, injecting the sample input data we have. And then it will actually go ahead and compare the output of the map with the expected value coming from the legacy product. And once it's complete, you get a report of the accuracy of the initially generated map. And that's not a very pretty report, so we can actually go down to the file system where we generated something better. And in this case here, you'll see it shows you the fields that match and the fields that don't match with the expected values. And we achieved 61% matching in all the fields. And then the next step is to go ahead into the map and perform some adjustments to make it so that we get 100% coverage. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate migration from another product, in this case, OpenText Liaison. So what we'll do here is, again, choose files. In this case, we have a zip file that we can import artifacts. And OpenText artifacts include much more than just maps. They include trading partners and certificates and all those things. So once this uploads, we're actually going to go ahead and import to create all those diverse kinds of components. And once it's complete, you can see we generated cross-reference tables, flat file profiles. In this case, they are positional flat files, which are very complex to create manually, as well as maps, as well as handler processes for each document type and so on. So if you go here and take a look at the cross-reference tables we generated, obviously creating this manually would take a lot of time. We can also go ahead and just look at our main process. And in this case, the process is made up of a trading partner listener. And inside the listener, we will have all the trading partners that will be handled by this process, as well as the documents that these trading partners handle. So in this here, we see we generated into it all of the document types. We also generated process route. And in this case here, we're routing on the trading partner ID as well as the document type. And if we drill down a little more, you can see we generated the actual process for handling a specific document type for a trading partner. And then we can drill down a little more, and you'll see the map that we automatically generated that shows you the mappings that are required in order to implement this migration. Well, thank you for your time, and we hope we found you this interesting.